So today we're going to learn what you do when this happens. So when you have a succulent that has been stretching for the light for a little bit too long, what can you do about it? Do you have to sacrifice your plant, or what can you do? So quite often what you'll find is that the leaves at the bottom will start to actually fall off. These guys haven't been doing that because they're getting lots of sunlight in the greenhouse. But typically, if you grow succulents at your house, these bottom leaves will all fall off. And then you'll have a really nice rosette right at the very top. So look at that rosette. I mean, it's beautiful if you just hide the whole plant. It's still a gorgeous plant. It's just that it's got really gross. So just in case you were curious what to do, I will show you. So I have my favorite pruners here. What you want to do is nab this off, cut this off here, about an inch below the bottom of the top rosette that you want to save. So here's the rosette. We're going to go down about an inch, or about 3/4 of an inch down. Cut that guy off, and so now I have my rosette with a little bit of a stem. So I'm going to pluck these leaves off. If you felt like it, you could be careful and you could twist your leaf. And if you twist your leaf, you can now root this leaf as well. That's for another video. What I'm going to do is twist these bottom leaves off. So I now have a stem with a nice rosette. You can now dip this into a rooting hormone. Typically what you want to do with a succulent like this is give it about 3 or 4 days laying out in the open air, and then this edge will callus over. So once it's formed a little bit of a callus or a skin over the fresh cut, then you can dip it into a rooting hormone, and then you can plant it directly into the soil, just like this. Nestle it down so that the bottom leaves are just sitting comfortably on the soil, and keep it damp, keep it out of the direct sunlight, and you have a cute little succulent again. So here's another example of a succulent that has been stretching and he's been losing leaves over time. Ultimately, he's just not a very nice succulent anymore, in my opinion. So there's a couple things you can do. First, we'll do the same thing that we did before. We'll take this beautiful rosette and we'll cut it off. So I'm gonna take about an inch below, and I'm going to pinch off a bunch of these leaves that I don't need, because I'm going to be burying that part of the stem in the soil. So I'll pinch these off. So I now have my beautiful rosette with a nice little stem. Ideally, you would let this sit for 4 to 5 days, let this edge callus, and then after that's calloused over, you can take your succulent and plant it the exact same as the last one. So now that you have your nice little rosette off, we can start evaluating the rest of the plant. So this is now the stub that is left over, but underneath there's a whole bunch of golden little plants in here, so we can start taking those off as well. So first I'll just remove the extra plant here that we're not going to use. I'll just remove this stuff here so we can access all these baby plants. So here's our first one. We have a little baby plant that's growing off the side of the stem just above a leaf. So what I'm going to do is take this bottom leaf off so I can access that baby. And then I'll come in here with my scissors and cut this off here. And so I have this cute little rosette with a tiny little stem. See if we can remove a leaf or two. And he will root just the same. Let's see what else we can salvage off here. So I'll cut off the remaining succulent that we're not going to use until I get down to these babies again. Cut them off as well. see how many else we can get, how many others we can get off here. There we go. Just the tiniest little rosette with a nice little stem on him. And there's one more. I don't know what we can do with him, but he will root. So here's my little tiny container with all my babies. All of these will root, almost guaranteed. How about we do it like this? So we went from having really nasty, long succulents to having tight little rosettes that are fresh succulents again, cute little guys, and they'll root just the same. Brand new succulents. If you want more succulent propagation videos in the future in your sub box, hit subscribe. It really helps us grow. It really helps the channel grow in general, and it helps spread the information about succulents. So hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if it helped you, and click here to navigate your way to our propagation video on jade, and you can watch that one as well. So thank you guys for watching.